Hello lovelies, how are you today? And welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon and I'm the sole proprietor of SAEH Body Butter. And I hope you enjoy the next video. Thank you. Hello lovelies, I'm about to bling out a baseball cap and I thought I'd take you for the ride. So I have my rhinestone design uploaded in Cricut Design Space. And I'm going to click on Make It. And let's see here. It's not too big, so it shouldn't take that long to cut out. Let's see. That's about that's 2.5. Make sure my flock is big enough. So this is the flock that I'm using. Let me move you over to the other side where the machine is at and my mat is at. Okay. So I'm going to take the backing off and place it directly on the mat. Hopefully my head is not in the way. And I have my settings at poster board plus. My settings are set at poster board plus. And I'm going to click on the edit tool and select deep point blade and apply. Now it's a good idea to do a test cut on your flock when you're using it for the first time to make sure that you have the right settings and that your circles are cutting through. My experience with Cricut, you won't get 100% of all your circles cut out. So as long as you can get most of them cut out, then you're doing good. And when I use the pink flock, my cut settings are cardstock plus D-point blade. So this particular flock is a little thicker than the pink flock, but I mainly use this blue flock for myself when I'm doing something for myself. And like I said, the design isn't that big, so it shouldn't take that long. Maybe about a good 5 minutes. And I'll bring you back when it's almost finished. Okay, we are almost finished. So what I typically like to do is pull it up on the corner to make sure that we made some progress, that we got some circles stuck on the mat before I release it. Okay, we do. So that's good. So I'm going to release it. And what I'm going to do is take my squeegee and rub against it to hopefully help more circles to stay on the mat. Now I typically don't have to do this when I use that pink reddish flock. And like I said, all of your circles will not come out. Okay, that's not too bad. Hopefully, yeah, that's not too bad. Most of the circles came out. I have maybe about one or two, no, more than one, maybe about 4 that I need to pull out. And I just flip it over and pull them out. with the Cricut cutter, it's very rare that all your circles will cut out. But if you can get 95%, you good. Let's see. That looked like all this. Oh, one more. Okay. So that is it. Now I need to put this on my mat. Well, before I put it on my mat, I'm going to show you how I scrape these circles off. When I first used to do this, I used to like to leave the backing on the flock because I hated doing this. But if you got the right tools, it makes it easier to push off the circles. And there's my clean mat. Okay. So there's my mat. Get the scissors and cut down this material because there's a little square on the end that I can use for later. Okay. And then I'll put it on my mat. And this is what I use to brush in my rhinestones. So let me move it to the other side where I have more room. And we're going to brush in the rhinestones. I think that's better. Okay, so this is the template that I'm using. And I put my rhinestones on more than I think I need because they help butt up against each other and help them fall into place. And I go in slow circular motions. And when I think I have most of my circles filled, I slant my brush and push the excess to the side. Now let me turn some light on the subject. I have some extra stones in on my template, but it looks like I got them all the all these holes are done. Now this is the part I hate. Cleaning up my rhinestones, because it seems like every time I try to brush it back in its container, half of them fall on the floor. Anywho, let me get a piece of transfer tape. I thought I had a piece. Let me find a piece and I'll bring you back. Okay, I have my piece of tape. And you probably can use a piece of transfer tape like 3 or 4 times before it loses its tackiness. and I bend it in a U shape, get in the center, take a deep breath and go down. And then I smooth it out.
Motion detected at the backyard.
So that the rhinestones can stick to the tape. And then I peel it from one corner. And go slow because you want to make sure all the stones are sticking to the tape. And then I like to flip my transfer on the back so that I can inspect the stones to make sure that they have the glue on the back. And let me get the backing. It has a smooth side and a rough side, and the tape should go against the rough side. And I'm only putting this down here so that I can rub the back of it so that my stones will lay flat on the tape. So when I put it on the hat, it won't bump up against it and knock it off. And that is my rhinestone transfer. So let me get my hat pressed together. I have that, it's warming up. Let me turn the camera around. It's warming up to 350 degrees for 15 seconds. So this knob right here, your lever, it has two clamps in the back, and you lift it up so that the back of the hat can fit in there, and it helps holds the hat in place and also stretch it. You turn the light around so you can see and I can see. So we have the hat on the hat press, and I'm going to heat it for about 5 seconds to get out the moisture before I apply the rhinestone template. So it's still heating up. When it gets to temperature, I'll bring you back. Okay, so I have the hat centered on the heat press. And let me get a Teflon sheet just to be safe and sure. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? So I'll put the Teflon sheet there. Take it down and press it for a few seconds. I think I need to loosen up the pressure. Okay, so that part is heated. Now, the hard part for me is to make sure that I center my design and don't knock any of these stones off in the process. Okay, so like I said, I have it set for 350 degrees, and I'm gonna go down for 15 seconds. Okay. And it's a hot peel. I'm gonna go slow to make sure all the rhinestones, before I pull it up, let me get me a t-shirt. And rub it a little bit, because this is a different fabric. It's a little harder than your t-shirt, so sometimes the rhinestones are a little stubborn to initially stick, but so far so good. Okay, I might get one more press out of that piece of transfer tape. So I'm gonna take my Teflon sheet and go down for about 5 seconds, just to make sure that those rhinestones are stuck to the hat. Again, like I said, this is a thicker material than your your t-shirt. So I just want to make sure that everything is good. So I lift this lever right here so that the hat can release. Look at that. You see that sparkle? I love it. Victorious Living. And these rhinestones are the Crystal AB. That is really pretty. I'm going to set the hat on the table so I can give you a closer look. Okay, this is a close-up of the hat. It turned out pretty good. Turned out pretty good. Alrighty, this is my tutorial for this week. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.